Have you ever noticed that sometimes it feels like the hardest battles we fight are with ourselves? You say you want to wake up early, but you hit snooze. You dream of starting that business, but you delay it for tomorrow. You want love, but you push people away. It almost feels like you are standing in your own way. Brianna Wiest, in her book The Mountain Is You, tells us something powerful. The obstacle in your path isn't random, it isn't meaningless, it is you. And your mountain was placed in front of you, not to stop you, but to help you become who you're meant to be. In this video, we're going to explore why we self-sabotage, how to understand our inner mountains, how to turn pain into power, and most importantly, how to climb the mountain of yourself. So stay with me till the end, because once you understand this, you'll never see your struggles the same way again. The core message of this book is simple but life-changing. The mountain you are facing is not an external problem. It is you. Your doubts, fears, unhealed wounds, and protective mechanisms. Most of us think that if we can just fix our circumstances, get the perfect job, find the right partner, earn more money, everything will fall into place. But time and time again, we discover we bring the same problems with us. Because the real mountain is internal. Self-sabotage is not laziness. It's not weakness. It's not proof that you're broken. It's your subconscious trying to keep you safe. Safe from pain, from failure, from rejection, from success that feels too heavy to hold. But here's the truth. Avoiding the mountain doesn't work. The only way forward is through. You climb the mountain, and in climbing, you transform. Think of it this way. The mountain is not in your way. The mountain is the way. Why do we sabotage ourselves? Imagine you're preparing for an exam. You know you should study, but you procrastinate until the last minute. Deep down, it feels safer to fail because you didn't try than to give your best and still fail. That's self-sabotage. It's protection. Self-sabotage happens when the subconscious mind believes that achieving what you want will cause more pain than staying where you are. Think about it. You want love, but you avoid intimacy because your past taught you that closeness leads to heartbreak. You want success, but you delay projects because success means pressure, visibility, and expectations. You want happiness, but you cling to old habits because at least they're familiar. The subconscious whispers, better to stay small, safe, and predictable. But here's the twist. What feels like protection is actually a prison. Question: can you think of one area of your life where you might be standing in your own way? Our mountains are built out of unhealed emotional pain. If you were abandoned as a child, part of you may believe that no one will ever stay. If you failed once, part of you may believe that you're destined to fail again. If you were criticized harshly, part of you may believe you're never enough. These emotional wounds don't just disappear. They sit quietly, shaping your choices, influencing your actions. That's why Brianna Wiest says, your triggers are your teachers. When something triggers you, anger, jealousy, fear, it's not random. It's showing you where the wound lies. It's pointing to the part of you that needs healing. For example, a woman avoids relationships, not because she can't love, but because her last heartbreak taught her that vulnerability equals pain. To protect herself, she sabotages every new relationship before it begins. But here's the truth. Until we heal the wound, we'll keep repeating the pattern. Question: what's one recurring pattern in your life that might be an old wound asking to be healed? Most people understand the fear of failure, but here's something surprising: we also fear success. Failure is scary because it brings rejection, humiliation, disappointment. But success? Success can be just as terrifying. Think about it. Success means responsibility. Success means visibility. Success means no more excuses you have to maintain it. That's why so many people hold themselves back at the last moment. They delay submitting the application. They don't reply to the email. They leave the project unfinished because staying small feels safer than being seen. Brianna gives us this insight. Self-sabotage is often not about avoiding failure, but about avoiding the discomfort of growth. Have you ever pulled back just when things were starting to go well? Ask yourself, was it fear of failing or fear of actually succeeding? So, how do we stop sabotaging and start climbing? Brianna describes the process in 3 steps. Awareness. Notice your patterns. Catch yourself in the act of self-sabotage. Acceptance. Instead of beating yourself up, ask, what is this behavior protecting me from? Action. Take small, consistent steps in the opposite direction, even when it's uncomfortable. For example, imagine someone who always says, I'll write my book someday. They never start because they fear it won't be good enough. But one day they decide, I'll write just 10 minutes a day. That's it. And slowly, the fear loses its power. That's what climbing the mountain looks like. Not one giant leap, just one steady step at a time. Brianna reminds us, life's purpose is not avoiding pain, it's transforming pain into power. When you stop numbing, avoiding, or escaping and start facing your fears, you grow resilience. Resilience is not about never falling. It's about rising every single time. One of the most powerful lines in the book is, "The greatest act of self-love is to no longer accept a life you are unhappy with." Self-sabotage is saying yes to unhappiness because it feels safe. Self-mastery is saying, no more, I choose differently. The people who rebuild their lives after heartbreak, after loss, after failure, they didn't do it because they had no fear. They did it because they chose to climb anyway. At the end of the climb, something magical happens. You realize the mountain was never there to punish you. It was there to prepare you. Every fear, every setback, every delay, it was shaping you, carving strength, resilience, and wisdom into your character. When you climb the mountain, you don't just reach a goal. You become someone new, someone stronger, freer, more alive. So the question is not, why is this mountain here? The question is, who will I become once I climb it? Brianna Wiest leaves us with a powerful truth. Your struggles are not roadblocks. They are invitations. The mountain in your path is not a curse. It's a calling. The fear you feel is not proof you're broken. It's proof you're growing. So the next time you catch yourself procrastinating, sabotaging, or shrinking, remember, this is not weakness. This is your subconscious asking you to heal. The mountain is not in your way. The mountain is you. And climbing it is the greatest journey of your life. So I'll leave you with this question. What is the mountain you must climb? And who will you become when you reach the top? Thank you for watching. If this message spoke to you, share it with someone who is facing their own mountain. Because sometimes, all we need is a reminder, we are stronger than we think.